People with diabetes can't get a health insurance. This is a long-standing myth that we will bust today in this video. By the end of the video, you will understand that first off, this misconception isn't true and what plans are out there that will cover you even if you have diabetes. First, let's quickly cover what diabetes actually is. Diabetes isn't just one condition. There are different types like type 1, type 2, gestational diabetes, and even something called as diabetes insipidus. Each type impacts your body differently, and there is also how insurers view it. For example, type 1 diabetes is usually diagnosed in early childhood and makes the patient dependent on insulin. Sadly, this type isn't always covered by health insurance, and even if it is, the chances of rejection are super high. Then we have type 2 diabetes, which is the most common. This can be caused by lifestyle factors or genetics, and it's a condition where your body struggles to use insulin effectively. Since it's the most prevalent form, health insurers in India often provide coverage for type 2 diabetes. There's also gestational diabetes, which happens during pregnancy. Here, both the mother and the baby are at risk, and many insurance plans will cover this, but only for the duration of the pregnancy. And after that, you might need a separate plan if the condition still persists. Now, there's a huge myth out there that people with diabetes can't get health insurance. That is not true. Yes, diabetes is considered as a pre-existing condition by insurers, which means there's usually a waiting period of 2 to 4 years before your diabetes-related treatments are covered. But that does not mean that you shouldn't get insured. Here's why it's crucial. Managing diabetes is expensive. From insulin to regular checkups, medication, and even the potential complications, the costs can really pile up. We're talking thousands of rupees per month. Health insurance can take the edge off these costs, and if you're strategic enough about which plan you choose, it'll help you protect you financially over the long run. So, if you're diabetic or pre-diabetic, what should you look for in a health insurance plan? Here are a few key points that you can consider. 1. Type of diabetes covered. Make sure the plan covers a specific type of diabetes you have. Some plans are designed for type 2 but might not offer comprehensive coverage for type 1 or gestational diabetes. And for diabetes insipidus, coverage is even rarer, so double check before committing. 2. Waiting periods for pre-existing conditions. As I mentioned earlier, most plans have a waiting period of 2 to 4 years. But some plans like HDFC Ergo Energy offer no waiting periods at all for diabetes. Now, if you're already managing your condition, going for a plan with the shortest waiting period makes the most sense. 3. Loading charges. This is basically the extra premium you might have to pay because diabetes is considered a high-risk condition. Be sure to compare different insurers and find one with minimal or no loading charges. This can make a big difference to how much you pay every year. If comparing different policies feels like a tough task, you know where to find us. Link is in the description if you want to have a quick chat with us. 4. Disease-wise sublimits. Some policies limit how much you can claim for specific treatments. Try to find a plan without these limits, especially for diabetes-related treatments. This way, you don't have to worry about running out of coverage for your medical needs. 5th, restoration benefit. Now, diabetes isn't just a one-time treatment. It can lead to complications affecting various organs. Look for a policy that offers an unlimited restoration benefit, meaning if you exhaust your coverage during the year, it will refill your sum insured. This is super useful, especially if you face multiple hospitalizations. 6. Wellness programs and specialized plans. Many insurers now offer wellness programs that help diabetic patients manage their health even better. These plans may also cover things like organ transplants and give you higher sum insured options. If your plan comes with such perks, take full advantage. Now that we know what diabetes is, why having a health insurance as a diabetic is important, and what features to consider before buying a health insurance to manage your diabetes, let me tell you some plans that will cover different types of diabetes. The plans that I'm about to talk about include coverage for essential services like doctor consultations, diagnostic tests, medications, insulin, glucose monitoring devices, and other necessary medical supplies. Additionally, these type of plans may offer coverage for diabetes-related complications such as kidney diseases, retinopathy, neuropathy, and cardiovascular conditions. Some plans also provide additional features like regular health checkups, diabetes education programs, and lifestyle management support. But again, it is very policy specific. For type 1, if your mode of medication is oral, then HDFC Ergo Energy and Aditya Birla Activ Max is your first and best choice, because HDFC Energy gives you coverage from day one for conditions arising out of diabetes and hypertension like type 1 and type 2 diabetes mellitus. impaired fasting glucose, and impaired glucose tolerance. But remember, it is a little pricey compared to Aditya Birla Activ One Max, which has a waiting period of 3 years. Now remember, the decision of covering you finally rests with the insurer. So in case you get rejected for both of these policies, then your second best bet is Care Freedom. Though they have a waiting period of 2 years before they start covering you for your illness, you'll also have to pay a 20% of the bill as co-payment. For type 1, if your mode of medication is insulin, then our recommendation still stands the same. HDFC Ergo Energy and Aditya Birla Activ One Max. But remember, the chances of rejection is very high because the risk of health complications is also high. But again, your last option is Care Freedom if and when the above two insurers reject your application. For type 2 diabetes, if your mode of medication is oral, then you can consider HDFC Ergo Energy, Aditya Birla Activ One Max, Care Supreme, Nivabupa Reassure 2.0 and Care Freedom. While Reassure 2.0 has a reasonable waiting period of 3 years, Care Supreme can start covering you right from 30 days of getting the policy, but you will have to purchase an additional add-on called Instant Cover. For type 2 diabetes, again, if your mode of medication is insulin, then HDFC Ergo Energy, Aditya Birla Activ One Max and Care Freedom are your best bet. But remember, while HDFC will levy additional loading charges, the chances of rejection are a little higher with Aditya Birla Activ One Max. And in the scenario that both of these policies reject your application, you can still opt for Care Freedom. Now suppose you're pre-diabetic and you don't need any medication, just some lifestyle changes. In that cases, you can go in for HDFC Ergo Energy again, Aditya Birla Activ One Max, Care Supreme or Nivabupa Reassure 2.0. Coming to gestational diabetes, since there are a lot of different factors in play, it is entirely up to the underwriting team of the insurer. Alright, so what is the takeaway? While everyone acknowledges the financial draining that occurs during the treatment of a cancer patient, not many know that this is also true for diabetic patients as well. Considering the prolonged treatment of such a predominant chronic ailment, it is only logical that one takes up financial security net so that the treatment doesn't push the family into financial crunch and yet doesn't compromise the chances at disease management. However, targeting niche-specific health insurance often short-sights you since you're left vulnerable to other financial burdens insured in treating any other ailments. So, we suggest approaching a comprehensive health insurance plan that prioritizes your current medical condition but also offers satisfactory coverage for any other ailments. This would prevent you from purchasing any additional policy to cover miscellaneous ailments and prevent you from incurring redundant expenses over the premium payment for two separate plans. Look for plans with low waiting periods, no disease-wise sublimits, reasonable loading charges, and restoration benefits. And if you're unsure where to start, use Ditto's policy comparison tool or talk to trusted insurance advisor like Ditto to find the best fit for your needs. That's all for today's video, folks. See you in the next one. Happy insurance hunting.